Hello and welcome to the channel's book club. The Ake Arts and Book Festival has come and gone, but it is destined to linger on in the memories of those who attended it. Last week, we provided you with a glimpse into this incredible festival of culture, arts, and literature. In this episode, we will continue in that regard by showing you more of what happened at the festival. Together here, have breakfast, enjoy themselves, have nice conversations, and then rush off to the June 12th Center for the events of the day.
After the feast, the festival continues with more seminars on book writing techniques, technology, graphic design.
I work with First Veritas Educational Content Delivery Limited. We publish educational books as well as content, so we have a lot of print books for schools as well as software. We're also into capacity development for school administrators, proprietors, and teachers. The Pinwheel is our imprint, which aims to develop 5 skills for the preschoolers at the same time. Those skills are the social, the communicative, the cognitive, the creative, and the motor skills. So the idea is not to develop one skill and then start with the other. So each page, each chapter of the book helps with the creative skills, they write, they read, they identify colors, so that at the same time they can develop all the skills and just go through it from years 1, 2, and 3 of preschool. So the CD is a supplementary item that goes in line with the curriculum and aids with the teaching of the book. They can color, it's very interactive, so they can actually get to choose colors, the right numbers. It's a full suite of teaching aid. Right here is the homepage for the interactive Pinwheel CD. You select the subject which you want to teach. In this case, we're selecting math. We also select the subject that we want, numbers. And then this gives us the option of the numbers that you would like to teach. This mascot represents the communication skill. So it writes it out so that the students can see, and also gives the visual aids so that they can see that there are 2 balloons and there is 1 balloon.
And historical issues that cannot be forgotten easily.
Do you think that memory in itself becomes a reconstruction, or and how do you think the audience sort of takes that? Because sometimes people can take it in as fact, and for a lot of people, it can become a reconstruction. It can become romanticized sometimes. It can become this your own sort of utopic idea of what you thought was when it probably really wasn't. I just want to know your thoughts and your ideas about that.
I don't know, I mean, I suppose for me, just thinking of the idea, because obviously I live outside Nigeria now, but when I was growing up, I suppose the place of nostalgia for me was my village in the east. So it's not always an outside the country thing as opposed to inside. Sometimes it's just, well, Tedrick, please.
Well, you know, this inside and outside thing, I was there until I finished secondary school. And I entered uni life for medicine, and then I decided to go overseas. So I went through the system here. There was a bit of a gap when I didn't come home. But in the past 8 years, I've come to Nigeria every year, sometimes more than once a year. For weeks at a time, sometimes there have been times when I've come and stayed for 2 months. But it's not the length of time that I'm staying that is significant. It's the fact that all those visits have been working trips. When I come home, I get a driver, I'm actually researching Lagos itself. So it is true that I've got one foot in another world, But what no offense to anyone who lives in Lagos, but what I'm finding is that I'm also getting to know more about Lagos and some people who live there, because they have to deal with the hustle of the everyday life there. They're going to work, they're feeding their kids, they're dealing with traffic on their route. I get on the roads and I visit every single neighborhood in the city, and I have appointments all over the city. So like I was here this summer and I must have seen every single neighborhood in Lagos, from Lekki to Yanapaja to Badagry, all the way to Mujin and Mowe and Asheshe, and all over the island, but like literally like 24 different neighborhoods, because that's all I did all day, every day. So there's an outsider's element, sure, because I don't have to pay rent for a house here. But there's also the element of scholarly pursuit, where I've been studying the history of Lagos, I've been talking to Lagos experts, where you get a sense of the city as a functional space, and you have a sense of the formal parameters that make the city function. So I don't deal with Lagos on a nostalgic basis at all. I deal with it on a trying to understand how it's put together and how people survive basis. I am in that situation in my life where I'm not 100% of anywhere anymore. And even if I'm walking through the marketplace, people assume sometimes, that I'm from elsewhere. They don't know that I speak Yoruba fluently or whatever. And when I'm overseas, people are like, oh, there's something off, something a little bit different. But I think what that frees you to do is to say the things that people hesitate to say if they are fully inside that space.
They couldn't believe what we did, and they thought it was a matter of let them come and we'll finish them. But I told my neighbor who wrote a forward in the book that the Biafrans did not need weapons even to win the war. Labia would say anything like that. And I proved it to him. Ladies and gentlemen, let me just go to this board here. I hope you can all see me. Now, there is what is called buoy in the Atlantic Ocean. BUOYS, and it will be flashing, one on this side, because you couldn't dredge the entire Atlantic Ocean. So the ships will come this way. Now, if you move one of these, just move this here, or move this here, whichever. If you move only one, the ship will come here, and it will go aground. You do not need the weapons to defeat the Nigerians in the Atlantic Ocean. They didn't do that. He said, that's right. So if you had thought of that, we would have lost the war.
As the days rolled by, the fellowship deepened with all who gathered, bonding for a special cause, the book.
The real voice of the people now brings you never-seen-before footage, a national leader complaining about we, the people. She candidly confesses for the first time her real thoughts about us, her people. We have long complained about leaders. To be fair, let's hear their side of the national story in this Voice of Ake exclusive, State of the Nation Undressing.
Lamentation. How do you expect a Moheshimiwa, a member of parliament like me, to behave, to look like some simpleton off the street? Of course I must stand out in a crowd. I cannot blend in with those grimy jamas. The suit. Have you seen the outfit? The outfit is a mask. It is accessorized. Chanel! It goes with the stature and adds weight, you see. You must see. So just stop the mindless howling like a wind in a storm. Please. Can you take the rallies organized against me? There are some idle types doing that, you see. You know what they are saying? They are saying, I use the wrong words. Again. And then they are saying, I laughed at the wrong time. Say it with me. Again. And then they are saying, As my crying was contrived, as I didn't show much respect for that old woman and her children and her home and her pain or whatever. That is what they are saying about me. People say it with me.
And for others, like these 4 students who had an opportunity to sit with Professor Wole Soyinka, theirs was a collective bond that surpassed imagination.
Hello everyone. I'm so